It's official. CM Punk and Drew McIntyre are set to battle in a strap match. Following Punk's brutal attack on the Scottish psychopath, the match was made between the two bitter enemies at Bash in Berlin. So, what is a strap match exactly? A rare stipulation in WWE, strap matches are no disqualification contests where both competitors are joined at the wrists by a long leather strap, rope, or other similar object. They can be worn by pinfall, submission, or by touching all four turnbuckles uninterrupted. Over almost half a century, there have only been 19 televised WWE strap matches. Let's take a look at all of them. This is one of the voices of Weird Wrestling Trivia, and this is every strap match in WWE history. Number 1. Dusty Rhodes vs Superstar Billy Graham, Texas Bull Rope match, 28th of August 1978. Throughout 1977, Dusty Rhodes pursued Billy Graham in the hopes of becoming the next WWF champion. Although the American Dream would fail to dethrone the superstar, he would face Graham in a Texas Bull Rope match the following year. A variation of the traditional strap match, the Texas Bull Rope match features the same rules but with the added inclusion of a cowbell tied to the strap for both competitors to use as a weapon. This match is often considered to be Dusty Rhodes' signature match. A brutal affair, the superstar dominated Rhodes and beat him bloody. However, Dusty would persevere and win the match, establishing himself as one of the greatest strap match competitors in professional wrestling history. Number 2. Steve Austin vs Savio Vega, Caribbean strap match, In Your House 8, Beware of Dawn. In May 1996, Savio Vega would challenge his rival Steve Austin to a Caribbean strap match. Despite the different name, it mostly followed the usual strap match rules, but with one extra caveat. If Austin were to lose the match, his manager Ted DiBiase would have to leave the WWF. Fighting for his manager's career, Austin put up a dominant effort at the 8th In Your House pay-per-view. However, Vega would end up winning the match after touching all four corners, thus purging the $1 Million Man from the company. Number 3. Sable vs Luna Vachon, strap match, Royal Rumble 1999. The only women's entry on this list, the increasingly popular Sable was to have her first women's title defense against Luna Vachon at the 1999 Royal Rumble. An under 5-minute match, the more experienced Luna seemed to be on the verge of victory. However, she would be attacked by a fan who would later reveal herself as Tori, thus allowing Sable to touch all four corners and retain her championship. Number 4. The Rock vs Triple H, strap match, Fully Loaded 1999. Longtime rivals The Rock and Triple H would face each other 2 years in a row at Fully Loaded. In this particular match, the winner would be given a WWF title shot at SummerSlam 1999. Unlike most other strap matches, this match also included a Falls Count Anywhere stipulation, leading to the two bitter rivals fighting all around the arena. While it seemed that The Rock had victory in hand, Triple H's former DX allies Chyna and Billy Gunn would interfere, costing the Great One the match and giving the game a future championship opportunity. Number 5. The Rock vs Al Snow, Brahma Bull Rope match, Raw, 12th of December 1999. Having lost one strap match early in the year, The Rock sought to redeem himself in a Brahma Bull Rope match against Al Snow in December 1999. While not as big a threat as Triple H, Snow thrived in the chaos of a match where the referee was knocked out and both men had been able to free themselves from the strap. Following an interference by the New Age Outlaws, Al Snow would shockingly pin The Rock and achieve what is arguably the biggest win in his career. Number 6. Jerry the King Lawler vs Tazz, strap match, Unforgiven 2000. Throughout the summer of 2000, Jerry Lawler had been locked in a rivalry with Tazz. The two would face off in a strap match at that year's Unforgiven to put their feud to rest. Tazz sought to use his submission skills to get the King to tap out, while Lawler's strategy revolved around winning the match by touching all four corners. While the King did seem like he was about to capture the win, Raven would appear and help Tazz. This assist allowed the human suplex machine to lock in the Tazz mission and win the match, while refusing to release the hold even after the bell rang. Number 7. Eddy Guerrero vs JBL, Texas Bull Rope match, The Great American Bash 2004. In the middle of 2004, John Bradshaw Layfield was on the quest up from mid-carder to wrestling god. Facing then WWE champion Eddy Guerrero for the title in a Texas Bull Rope match, JBL's strength overcame Guerrero's wits and he won the championship following a brutal match. Thus began one of the longest WWE title reigns in SmackDown history. Number 8. Batista vs JBL, Texas Bull Rope match, SmackDown, 9th of September 2005. Just over a year from winning the WWE title in the same match type, JBL was now challenging for Batista's World Heavyweight Championship. Although he would have hoped for lightning to strike twice, the animal would prove superior to the wrestling god, winning the match by touching all four corners and retaining his world title in the process. Number 9. Randy Orton vs Dusty Rhodes, Texas Bull Rope match, the Great American Bash 2007. Almost 29 years after beating Billy Graham, the American Dream was ready to do battle with the legend killer Randy Orton. Facing off in Dusty's signature match type, the Dream's wealth of experience gave him an early advantage. However, Orton's youth and strength would prevail at the end of the day when he won the match after nailing Dusty in the head with the cowbell, sending the Dream home with a loss in what would be his final WWE match. Number 10. CM Punk vs Umaga, Samoan Strap Match, Extreme Rules 2009. Like the Caribbean Strap Match before it, the Samoan Strap Match was no different than any other strap match. Contested between CM Punk and Umaga at Extreme Rules 2009, the Samoan Bulldozer's strength allowed him to have an advantage throughout the contest. However, Punk would pick up a well-earned victory and would later win the World Heavyweight Championship that same night. As for Umaga, this would be his final ever match with the WWE. Number 11. Shad Gaspard vs JTG Strap Match, Extreme Rules 2010. Often considered one of the most popular duos to never win the tag titles in WWE, fans were disappointed when Crime Time broke up in 2010. Turning on his partner JTG, Shad Gaspard looked ready to make a name for himself as a rising heel. Facing his former ally in the strap match at Extreme Rules 2010, Gaspard's strong presentation quickly fell flat as he ended up losing to JTG and then being released from WWE not long after. Number 12. Sheamus vs Mark Henry Strap Match, Extreme Rules 2013. No strangers to battling each other, the Celtic Warrior and the World's Strongest Man faced off in a traditional strap match at a 2013 Extreme Rules pay-per-view. Throughout the match, Sheamus struggled to pull Henry towards the turnbuckles and was unable to reach all four corners without interruption. While Henry took advantage of his own size and strength, the Celtic Warrior's appetite for battle allowed him to turn the tables and score a pinfall win over his massive opponent. Number 13. John Cena vs Rusev Russian Chain Match, Extreme Rules 2015. After defeating Rusev for the US title at WrestleMania 31, John Cena was set to defend his championship against the Bulgarian Brood at that year's Extreme Rules. Competing in a Russian chain match, which is just a strap match of a chain instead of a leather strap, the two were very evenly matched. However, Cena would take advantage of rising tensions between Rusev and Lana to touch all four turnbuckles and retain his title in the process. Number 14. Daniel Bryan vs Bray Wyatt Strap Match, Royal Rumble 2020. After failing to defeat The Fiend for the Universal title at the 2019 Survivor Series, Daniel Bryan cut his hair and his beard and he demanded for one more opportunity at Bray Wyatt at the 2020 Royal Rumble. Requesting a strap match, Bryan felt that he would have a better chance against The Fiend if he were tied to him. It seemed true enough, as the American Dragon's speed and technical expertise often left Wyatt at the receiving end of various brutal moves. Unfortunately for Bryan, The Fiend's inhuman pain tolerance was just too much for him to keep up with, and once again, Bray Wyatt would retain his Universal Championship. Number 15. Dexter Lumis vs Roderick Strong Strap Match, NXT Great American Bash 2020. Facing off in the first ever strap match in NXT history, there was a true clash of styles between Dexter Lumis and Roderick Strong. Lumis had the brute strength and the deranged mind, while Strong had the technical skill and the assistance of the Undisputed Era. However, even with the help of his ally Bobby Fish, Lumis seemed to revel in the match's brutal nature and defeated Strong to win his first of two strap matches that year. Number 16. Dexter Lumis vs Cameron Grimes Strap Match, NXT TakeOver War Games 2020. Having already won a strap match against Roderick Strong that year, Dexter Lumis now found himself in a rivalry with Cameron Grimes. Like in his previous strap match, Lumis had the size and strength advantage, while Grimes knew how to utilize the strap itself as a weapon. Despite his valiant efforts, Grimes lost to Lumis in a rare strap match submission, thus making Dexter Lumis the only WWE superstar to win two strap matches in the same year. Number 17. Drew McIntyre vs Karrion Kross Strap Match, Extreme Rules 2022. Following his return to WWE in 2022, Karrion Kross will begin to target Drew McIntyre. Facing off in a strap match at that year's Extreme Rules, the two men fought a fairly even match with the action often spilling to the outside of the ring. In the end, Scarlett would prove herself to be the deciding factor in the match, interfering on Kross's behalf and allowing him to score a pinfall win over the former two-time WWE champion. Number 18. Dijak vs Eddy Thorpe Strap Match, NXT 6th of September 2023. Feuding over who should be called the toughest man in NXT, Dijak and Eddy Thorpe would face off in a strap match. While Dijak possessed the strength and experience, Thorpe's tenacity and agility eventually prevailed, with the former young lion pinning Dijak for the win. Never one to graciously take a loss, Dijak would attack Thorpe after the match with his belt. Number 19. Cody Rhodes vs Shinsuke Nakamura, Bull Rope match, Raw, 5th of February 2024. It's almost poetic that we started this list off with Dusty Rhodes and are ending it now with his son Cody. Embroiled in a bitter feud with Shinsuke Nakamura, Cody Rhodes would end their rivalry in what was his father's signature match. Like Dusty before him, the American Nightmare knew how to both dish out and endure punishment in the Bull Rope match, getting a hold of the cowbell while surviving a face full of Shinsuke Nakamura's poison mist. While Rhodes would honor his father's legacy by winning the match, his victory was short-lived following a brutal post-match attack by Drew McIntyre. It's safe to say that if Drew keeps up this attitude for Bash in Berlin, CM Punk will have plenty to worry about during their strap match.